Part 1, Chapter 2. The Big Secret of Dealing with People. There is only one way under high heaven to get anybody to do anything. Did you ever stop to think of that? Yes, just one way, and that is by making the other person want to do it. There is no other way. Of course, you can make someone want to give you their wristwatch by sticking a revolver in their ribs, or you can make your employees give you cooperation until your back is turned, that is, by threatening to fire them. But these methods have sharply undesirable consequences or repercussions. The only way that I can get you to do anything that I want is by giving you what you want. What do you want? John Dewey, one of America's most profound philosophers, said that the deepest urge in human nature is the desire to be important. Remember that phrase, the desire to be important. It is significant. Lincoln once began a letter saying, "Everybody likes a compliment." William James said, "The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated." He didn't say the wish or the desire or the longing. He said the craving to be appreciated. It was this craving for importance that inspired Dickens to write his immortal novels, or for Rockefeller to amass millions that he never even spent. This desire also lures many boys and girls into joining gangs and engaging in criminal activities. If you tell me how to get your feelings of importance, I'll tell you what kind of person you are. That determines your character. For example, John D. Rockefeller got his feeling of importance by giving money to erect a modern hospital at the time in Peking, China, to care for millions of poor people whom he had never seen and never would see. John Dillinger, on the other hand, got his feeling of importance by being a bandit, a bank robber, and a killer. When the FBI agents were hunting John Dillinger, he dashed into a farmhouse up in Minnesota and said, "I'm John Dillinger." He was proud of the fact that he was public enemy number one. He told them, "I'm not going to hurt you, but I'm Dillinger." Even George Washington wanted to be called His Mightiness, the President of the United States, and Columbus pleaded for the title Admiral of the Ocean and Viceroy of India. Why did Andrew Carnegie pay $1 million, or more than $3,000 a day, to Charles Schwab? Why? Because Schwab was a genius? No, because he knew more about the manufacture of steel than other people? Nonsense. Charles Schwab told the author himself, Dale Carnegie, that he had men working for him who knew more about the manufacture of steel than he did. Schwab said that he was paid this salary largely because of his ability to deal with people. Schwab told the author, Dale Carnegie, how he did it. Here is his secret set down in his own words, words that ought to be cast in eternal bronze and hung in every home and school, every shop and office in the land. Words that children ought to memorize. Instead of wasting their time memorizing the conjugation of Latin verbs or the amount of annual rainfall in Brazil, these words will all but transform your life and mine if we only live up to them. "I consider my ability to arouse enthusiasm among my people," said Schwab, "the greatest asset I possess, and the way to develop the best that is in any person is by appreciation and encouragement. There is nothing else that so kills the ambitions of a person as criticisms from superiors. I never criticize anyone. I believe in giving a person incentive to work. So I am anxious to praise, but loath to find fault. If I like anything, I am hearty in my approbation and lavish in my praise." Schwab declared, "In my wide association in life, meeting with many and great people in various parts of the world, I have yet to find the person, however great or exalted their station, who did not do better work and put forth greater effort under a spirit of approval than they ever would do under a spirit of criticism." That, Schwab said frankly, was one of the outstanding reasons for the phenomenal success of Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie praised his associates publicly as well as privately. Carnegie wanted to praise his associates even on his tombstone. He wrote an epitaph for himself, which read, "Here lies one who knew how to get around him men who were cleverer than himself." Every minister, lecturer, and public speaker knows the discouragement of pouring himself or herself out to an audience and not receiving a single ripple of appreciative comment. This applies doubly to workers in offices, shops, and factories, and to our families and friends. In our interpersonal relationships, we should never forget that all of our associates are human beings and hunger for appreciation. It is the legal tender that all souls enjoy. So always give honest and sincere appreciation.